What's going on, Shiny Crew? I'm TheSilverSlasher, and welcome to another Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon news video. Thanks to Pokemon Worlds, we've got quite a few things to talk about today, and hopefully that will actually continue over the next couple days, but either way, let's get right into the couple trailers that we have here. Let's kick this off with one of the smaller bits of news, and I'll just be honest, did anyone not see this coming? In Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, there will be more Pokemon exclusive Z moves, and the first one of those to be revealed to us is actually Kommo-o. So that's pretty sweet to see. The Z move is known as Clangorous Soul Blaze, and presumably will be a Z move that goes over top of Clanging Scales. If we use Spirit Shackle, an 80 power move, as an example of what kind of power gain a signature Z move would gain from becoming a Z move, we can assume that this is probably about a 180 power attack. Clanging Scales does have 30 more base power than Spirit Shackle in its normal form, but considering the effect of Clangorous Soul Blaze is so unbelievably powerful, I can't imagine this Z move will have more than 180 attack, and honestly I think it might be even lower, but we'll see. Clangorous Soul Blaze is a Z move that hits both targets on the other side of the field, and then gives you a +1 stat buff in every stat you have. That's pretty insane. That's almost a little comical how unnecessarily powerful that is, but you know what? Kommo-o is pretty sweet. I think he deserves it. I hope it doesn't make him broken, though. But now that that's out of the way, we can get onto the real stuff. We have an English and Japanese trailer for Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, just adding a bunch of details to what the game is going to be about. And this opens up with Welcome to a New Adventure. The fact that it's so grand and saying welcome to a new adventure makes me think that they're really trying to let you know that this is not just Sun and Moon, this is something different. The first shot is really interesting because from what I can see, this is going to be where you select your starter from now on. And they are really trying hard to make sure we don't see characters. I don't know if anyone else had this same thought, but we still haven't seen Hau, we still haven't seen Lily. Like, it feels like they're trying really hard to not show us. But either way, the starters are looking cute as ever, and Popplio does an adorable little backflip, and I love it. What is pretty weird, though, is this is actually new art for the three starters. This is not their original official Ken Sugimori artwork. And time for the shot that's making absolutely everyone and their mother go insane. This is a shot of Route 1, which just looks absolutely beautiful, by the way. Like I said before in a previous video, like, you don't really think about how bad Sun and Moon looked until you see something this great. But either way, that's not what people are talking about. They're talking about this little Rockruff with a little yellow music note above his head, who is following you around. Could this be the return of Pokemon following you? I honestly don't think so, but I'm not going to say it's completely out of the realm of possibility. Now, this may be my favorite shot in the entire trailer. I have no idea what I'm looking at, but it's absolutely gorgeous. Why do we have this weird forest location? What's that giant rock? Why is she wearing one of those hats that I forgot the official name for? I don't remember. Either way, I'm going to assume that this is probably the site of a new bug or grass type trial, or you know what? Maybe even flying. I mean, we do have some trees around here, and Kahili's theme in the Elite Four in Sun and Moon was green, but I don't know, that's just kind of random. Next, we've got Exeggutor Island, which actually has giant Alolan Exeggutors standing out on it, wiggling their necks around, and I'm just really hoping that they're answering my pleas here. As you can see, the Magikarp boat is on the dock next to the island. It is tied to a tree, actually. Which means you are going to be able to go there again, which I'm very glad about. I hope there is more to do there. I hope there are more things to do on Exeggutor Island, and I even hope there are more islands like it to explore, because that just gives more game, and even if it's just like a randomly generated, like, oh, this one is Mareep Island, you can only find Mareeps on here. Like, even if it was that, and it would look exactly the same, that'd be pretty interesting, and it would just add a lot to the game. Either way, they're just wiggling around. Don't stop them now, they're having such a good time. And there's not much to say about that. Now, this goes by in like less than a second, yet they still included it, which is how we know it's important. So basically, I said this is going to happen the second I beat Sun and Moon. I may have tweeted it, I may have said it in a video, I honestly don't remember at this point, but there's Kahili, and she's got a golf club, which means I am just 100% assuming that Kahili is going to actually play a role in this game and actually show up, and I'm also 100% assuming that the golf course area of Alola, which was completely just unused before, will actually have something going on there. And I really hope that's the case, because I, like many people, walked into the final room of the Elite Four and went, who the heck are you? And I honestly don't want to do that again. Then we have Ryuki, who I told you is, oh my... Is he standing in Lieutenant Surge's gym? Like, Ryuki, there he is. He's Ryuki. I told you all he'd be important. Let's just kick that boy to the side for a second, though, and ask, why is he standing in why am I standing in Lieutenant Surge's gym? Why is that Karate Man in Lieutenant Surge's gym? Now, obviously, this is a joke, and what I actually think is going on here is, if you missed it a while back, I did make a bit of a speculation video after covering some news that I thought gyms would be coming back in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, and I still think that something like that will be coming. Maybe they won't have badges, but I think there will be something, some kind of gym situation alongside the trials. And what I'm thinking they might have actually done, which would make a whole lot of sense, is have the people of Alola say, we're now building gyms, and we're designing them after gyms from other famous regions. So, as our first example, they built this place based off of Lieutenant Surge's gym. And I think that's going to be their way to pull from all 6 other generations and get this big conglomerate, get this big, just mashed together ball of different gyms. Bam! It all comes together in Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. But if that theory is not true, then I truly have no idea what's going on here. Either way, I guess it's time to move on. Then we've just got Vulpix being all adorable and rolling around, and I don't know how to feel about this scene, because we can clearly see Aether Foundation exists in this world. So what I'm hoping in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon is that Aether is not actually evil. I hope this time they are actually what they said they were in the original games, and I'm hoping we can get Team Skull as actual bad guys, but guess what? Team Skull's not in this trailer, spoiler alert. Either way, there's an Aether Foundation member, Vulpix is adorable. Please don't be evil again, Aether. This next shot is our character running down Howoli City looking fancy as heck, as always, and we've got Machamp looking into a building here. And this shot concerns me slightly. Back when I did that video that said that I think gyms would be coming back and be showing up in Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, this is one of the spots that people suspect a gym would be in. And I know because this Machamp was there constructing things in the original Sun and Moon games. Is this a gym? I honestly have no earthly idea. But to be honest, I think it's a boutique. I'm looking at the sign in front of it, and that looks like a bow. Perhaps I'm mistaken, but I honestly don't know what else it could be. Either way, I hope it's something to do, and I hope it's something that you can come back and do over and over after the game is completed, because Sun and Moon lacked in that department so much. It was basically all Battle Tree. So if there's some stuff that we can come back and do after game, then that would be pretty freaking sweet. Then we've got a still that says new secrets of the Alola region will be revealed, and holy crap. That's a giant purple portal up above Poni Island. And I really don't know what to say about it, other than it looks so much like the Giratina portal. I can't even imagine. Is Soaring back? Perhaps Soaring is going to come back, and you're going to be able to fly around in the air and fly into these rifts like you could in ORAS to get legendaries. Now, I don't think they would do that. I think they've had their fill for the 3DS. I think if Soaring ever comes back, it will be on the next console, which, as we know, will be the Switch. I think that is all it's going to be. Perhaps you can fly in there at any time and check out Ultra Beast World. People complained that the Ultra Beast World might as well have just been someone's garage because it was so tiny and insignificant, but maybe this is their fix to that. Real talk, though, I'm pretty sure this is just going to have to do with Necrozma. He's probably going to come through that portal or something. It's very hard to see when the camera is panned out this far away from the islands, but I do want to point out that all of the locations that had construction underway seem to have something in them, with my primary example being that if we go ahead and zoom in on Akala Island over here, we can see the Battle Royale building, and the lot nearby is now filled. So that's pretty sweet. There's also this really weird effect where, like, this half of the map is all red, but the half with the Necrozma portal, or whatever you want to call it, has blue water. I don't know if this is just to simulate, like, a sunset, or, like, an eclipse. I really have no idea. It looks pretty sweet, though, and if we get some, like, orange-looking water in the game, I'd be so happy. Then we've got a new look for our heroes, and, there's honestly not much to say about the heroes, though, other than I think they're both far more cute than the original game, especially the female one. I don't know, I really like that hairstyle, don't judge me. Then they go ahead and show off Lycanroc Dusk form, which I actually did not make a video on because I didn't think it was enough news. So this is a new form of Lycanroc. that is a pure rock type, just like the other two, has the ability Tough Claws, and they decided to mention that it can learn both Accelerock and Counter. I guess that's just to further cement the fact that this is a combination of the day and night forms of the original Lycanroc. People have been making fun of this boy immensely for how kind of over-designed he looks, and also the fact that it looks a little too much like the day form, but honestly this is my favorite Lycanroc form at this moment. Midday form was my favorite before, but I much prefer this color palette and the fact that he has so much hair around his neck. I think that's really cool, and if I have a choice, this will be the Lycanroc that I'll be using probably every time. However, for those of you who don't like to gen Pokemon, if you want to use a Dusk form Lycanroc in competitive battling, get ready to collect some bottle caps, my friend, because only certain Rockruff will evolve into the Dusk form. More details will be revealed soon. So basically what I'm getting out of this, perhaps I'm wrong, and perhaps you're interpreting it differently, what I'm getting out of this is that you will only be able to get this Dusk form Lycanroc if you have like an event Rockruff or something like that. People have also mentioned that perhaps Pokemon can't follow you around in this game, but the one event Rockruff can. And I suppose that may be possible. They may pull a Pokemon Yellow on us, but I don't really see it. And either way, it is unfortunate that they're deciding to do this. I honestly thought there was also going to be a Dawn form to the Dusk form, and that these games would be on a four different like time of day cycle instead of just the day and night. There would be midday, midnight, and then there would be like morning and afternoon or something. I don't know what they'd call it. I guess they'd call them Dusk and Dawn, huh? Yeah, well, way to go, Wade. Either way. And here is arguably the most exciting and mind-blowing thing in the entire trailer, and in the entirety of both trailers. You can see in between available and November 17th, 2017 up here, we've got this weird glowing star thing with eyes. And if we look on the boxes and piece them together, they actually form that one singular face. So what do I think that thing is? Well, I am just going to be blunt and come out and say it. That's Necrozma. Now I know a lot of you are probably thinking, what? But I mean, just think about it, dude. This just happened to us with Zygarde. We got Zygarde, we only knew it as Zygarde until new forms were announced, and it became 50% Zygarde. I think that's what they're going to do now. We're only going to know this thing as Necrozma until the games come out, and then it'll officially be known as Armored Necrozma or something like that. Now, is there anything else to really back this statement? Well, kinda. There's two main ones that I want to focus on. The first one is, while this could be Fusion we're seeing on the front of the boxes, I think GameFreak knows that we would be upset to see the same thing twice in a row. I think Necrozma actually has to take pieces of its body off and attach them to Solgaleo and Lunala, leaving it in this glowing light form. It would make a whole lot more sense why it's seemingly just armor and not actually like a fusion of the Pokemon. The second thing I should mention is, well, Necrozma himself. He has a signature move known as Prismatic Beam, because for those of you who don't know, I'm sure you've seen this image before, but if somehow you haven't, light enters a prism and it splits into the colors that make up that light. So how does Necrozma shoot color? Well, this whole time I kind of just assumed the light from the sun or the moon went into him and he fired it out. What if there was a giant glowing life form inside of him that's actually the real Necrozma using this prism stuff as an armor and shooting it out through that? Just food for thought, I suppose. Either way, these games are shaping up to be absolutely fantastic. But wait, there's more. We've got a Japanese trailer too, which is mostly the same, but does have some new stuff to talk about. The first new thing we do see in this Japanese trailer is actually the starter select screen, and you may not think there's too much going on here. First of all, the view is absolutely beautiful. I will never stop praising how freaking wonderful this game looks compared to the original Sun and Moon. There's so much more color. Look at that red flower, just that red flower makes me so happy. But either way, it is interesting to see that these Pokemon are being selected for the trainer in a different part of the island. I mean, this is not too far away from where you originally picked the starter, but it is not where you originally picked them, so it is a little strange that they would change it. But I do want to mention, translating the Japanese, the person talking right now is Kukui, so if you did have any doubt that he would not be in the game, no worries, because that is Kukui. I translated it for you. And shiny starter hunters beware, the scene where you pick up the starter and they look at you all cute is back. Heck yeah, my man. And in case you needed more confirmation, there he is in all his Kukui-ish glory, and that is clearly Hala standing behind you, so No worries about either of them. Also, there's no Alolan Exeggutor there now, and I like him. Okay, one more thing about this freaking trailer. You can see this right now. There is the glowing Pokemon sticking out in between the boxes, and they actually have an effect going over top of it. Something is up here. Something is up with that thing, and I think that thing is Necrozma. I definitely think it is Necrozma. And with that, we are out of trailer. We are out of news. But either way, these games went from a 5 on the hype scale to like an 8 or 9. Just seeing that they are actually working to put so much awesome stuff into this game. They're working so hard for it to feel finished and feel different, means that I am more hyped than I could have possibly imagined for this. I hope we get more Pokemon forms, I hope we get gyms, I hope we get so much, and I think they're going to deliver on just about everything I want. So, that is going to be it for this video, guys. If you did enjoy it enough to give it a like, I'd greatly appreciate that. And if you want more awesome Pokemon content, like watching me suffer through Pokemon Blaze Black doing a randomizer Nuzlocke, then you should click there and subscribe for more awesome Pokemon content. This has been TheSilverSlasher, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.